So it's not just an hypocrisy in Canadian politicians, because it's one of our three cultural patterns, hypocrisy. It's all of the politicians of the world who are too little too late in denouncing this and who still make deals, and the companies that are in their countries still make deals with the government in Israel and the government of the USA. So for me, I tell you, let's say I did something wrong and somebody was harmed and it was a mistake, and I went to court and they tried to say, Martin, you made this mistake and this person died or was in a wheelchair or the rest of their life, whatever. I would take responsibility, but I still would tell the judge, I don't respect this nation as being capable of the rule of law. So I'm here not because you're summoning me to be here. I'm here because I know the difference between right and wrong. And for me, whatever your judgment is, I will only kind of accept it if I think it's fair. And if I think you're lenient on me, even though it's a mistake that I did, I'll let you know. And then I will lean on you. So, there's a difference between a grown up man, that means like a man, a real man that's undergone the maturation process and therefore is not going to be a hypocrite, and the majority of you in leadership roles. Listen to this here.
Martin Griffiths predicted, quote, "My grandchildren will be learning in school about who did what in the worst crime of the 20th century. Griffiths added, quote, "There's no prior experience in my 5 decades of humanitarian experience that can come close to the comparison to the horror we are all seeing in Gaza," he said. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney called Israel's denial of aid to Palestinians a violation of international law and said Israel's control of aid distribution must be replaced by international organizations. Australian Prime Minister,
etc., etc., etc. Okay, so if I was a prime minister and I am the elusive Homo sapien, and Trump broke his own agreement from his previous term, and we were in this what people that are screwed up with worldviews of economics, the magical worldview cults, tariff wars, I would say, Mr. President, I cannot make any agreements where your signature is valid for anything while you participate in this behavior and supporting Israel. I can't. It would be, as a representative of Canada, it would mean that I agree to get into agreements for the elites, really, at the benefit of the elites, even if it's just to be reelected as a benefit. And even if some of my constituents say, oh, no, you need to sign this because we're going to lose our jobs. I'm sorry. The bigger picture is here, does Canada want to look the other way when genocide is happening? And it looks like it does. It looks like it's still kind of wanting to kind of take part in agreements with war criminals, with people that are pro-genocide, people that are not denouncing this. And that's pretty much, I mean, just Elizabeth May, I think, maybe once made the news of her outrage. But the thing is how much of it was a soundbite? Or how much of it is she's saying that every day? Because if the rest of the time is she just wants to make a little bit of progress in something, while the rest of Canadian culture devolves into onlookers of this reality TV show of our own devolution, of our own endgame, then yeah, I can't be supporting her either. I mean, she wears a cross and she says she's green, right? These are incompatible ideologies. You can't believe in the supernatural. Really, most of your career relates to the magical, and then pretend that you are part of the natural world in a healthy way, as being a Green Party person. I'm sorry, but as the elusive Homo sapien who's undergone the maturation process and has self-actualized into the full potential of my DNA when it comes to being an Homo sapien, then I'm sorry, I can't respect any of these politicians. And I can't respect any other politicians, Canadians, who actually, think that the Prince of Darkness, what's it called, the guy that died, Ozzy Osbourne, or Hulkamaniacs, or hockey players who are so happy to get away with rape, and that they got so many fans that think they were mistreated and that there's nothing wrong with them. I don't identify with that, and I can't identify or respect any politicians that makes deals with the USA or that allows their companies to interact with Israel. How could I claim to be a responsible grown-up man and allow this? How can you